is Anita from Real Estate Crunch. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how long does it take to buy a home or to buy some property. A lot of people, might think, well, this should be instantaneous. I should be able to see a property, buy it, and then automatically be able to get it. But actually, it is quite a long process. It can be anywhere, normally on average time between 30 to 90 days, or even for some people might even be a bit longer. Let's just talk a bit about a breakdown of the average time for different aspects of purchasing property or home. Pre-approval for mortgage can take between 1 to 5 days. House hunting, 1 to 3 months or longer, depending on the competitive market. I always really recommend that people don't buy the first house they see. Go view at least 10 or 20 houses, even if you're in a competitive market, because you just really don't know what's out there until you really start exploring and looking at things. When I say go there, I mean physically go to the house. Of course, don't just go on Zillow and look at the pretty pictures or everything else, but go there and physically look at a house. Because my experience has been that looking at a picture and actually standing in a space can be very different. It can just feel different. It can just look different. And so you really need to see the space in person. Making an offer could be 1 to 7 days. Offer acceptance and signing the contract could be 1 to 3 days. Home inspection appraisal could be 1 to 2 weeks. Securing financing could be 3 to 6 weeks. And closing the sale could be 1 to 2 days. So you start to add all this up, you can see that it takes some time. Let's go through each of these and explain maybe some of the reasons why. Pre-approval for a mortgage should take 1 to 5 days. Part of the reason why is because the lenders need to verify your income, your creditworthiness, and your debt to income ratio. So delays can occur, if you're missing documents or your financial situation is very complex. So actually this could even take longer, depending upon this. If they're missing documents, you got to go get a document, and it might take you a while to get a document. It could take a longer time than this. House hunting takes 1 to 3 months or more. Finding a home that meets your needs and your budget can be challenging, especially in a seller's market where properties are snapped up quickly. So, depending upon what kind of market you're in, this could actually take a lot more time than you expect. Making an offer can take 1 to 7 days. Sellers might take their time to review offers, and especially if they receive multiple bids, negotiations can also prolong this step. So even this 1 to 7 days, it can actually take longer if there's negotiations, if there's several offers on the table, and maybe the seller themselves is dragging their feet. They really can't decide which offer they want to take. Offer acceptance and signing the contract takes 1 to 3 days. Both parties must review and agree to the contract terms, which may require minor adjustments. And if it requires minor adjustments, then of course maybe it goes back to a legal team or lawyers or other people. And then that of course could add to this too. Home inspection can take 1 to 2 weeks. Inspectors and appraisers must visit the property, prepare detailed reports, and communicate their findings to the relevant parties. Scheduling conflicts can also make a difference here. If the house is empty and they maybe aren't able to get into the house, or there could be some other conflicts here which can also add to this timeline. Securing financing, 3 to 6 weeks. Lenders follow a detailed underwriting process to assess risk. Any discrepancies in your financial documents or issues with the appraisal can cause delays. Now, of course, if this is a cash offer, this would be different. If you're not looking for a mortgage, you're going to pay cash. Of course, all of this could go faster then. And that's some reasons why sometimes some sellers might prefer a cash offer, just because of the time on this. If they need money quickly, they might say, this guy's going to give me cash, and this will be so much quicker than going through all these other steps. Closing the sale can take 1 to 2 days. Coordinating with the seller, lender, and the title company can take time. Any errors in the paperwork may cause delays. So all of these things can actually take time in this. So here are some of the reasons why, buying a home takes so long. There's different also other reasons that can add to this. One is market conditions. Is it a seller or buyer's market? How motivated is the seller to really sell the property? Or are they looking for the best offer there is around? Or are they really in a hurry? Or do they have some cash offers on the table and they decide that they would rather take the cash offer than another type of offer? Financing requirements can take time too. Inspections and appraisals take time, and coordination between all the parties, because you don't own the property, so you don't have the right to be able to let them in, so you have to wait for the owner to, or the real estate agent who is ever dealing with the property, to be able to coordinate with all the inspections and other things to be able to let them in to view the property. So there's a lot of coordination that goes on. Is it possible to buy a home faster? You can get your pre-approval earlier, which would help. Work with an experienced agent who can help you through the entire process. Be flexible, be open to different neighborhood, different home types, can reduce the search time, and have your documents ready. Make sure you understand exactly which financial documents are required, and make sure that you have them all ready and in place. We have written a blog post on this entitled, How Long Does It Take to Buy a Home? And we will put a link in the description below for this. And also on there, we have some 15 frequently asked questions that a lot of people ask that are looking to buy property. And hopefully you can receive an answer through those also. Thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate you, and we hope that you will subscribe, join with us, and become part of our community. Thank you.